some things happen, and they leave burn marks. Not on your skin, on your sense of what's real. A dream you didn't tell anyone, until it walked into the room wearing someone else's face. A song that starts playing the moment you think of someone you haven't seen in years. A scarab that taps at the glass while you're describing the scarab that visited you in your sleep. This isn't déjà vu. It's not divine guidance. It's not a glitch in the matrix. It's worse, because it knows you saw it. And your nervous system confirms it. See, your brain doesn't record reality like a camera. It runs on predictions, models of what should happen next. But sometimes, something wrong happens. Something too precise, too charged, too perfect. The official term is a low probability event. The occult term is a knock on the veil. And here's the part no one tells you. Your body believes it. Because when the moment breaks the pattern and matches your inner world, your salience network flares like a forest fire. Blood pressure shifts, cortisol drops, dopamine surges. Your system tags it. Real. Not metaphorically, biologically. This is not faith, it's calibration. And now, the model is infected. You start seeing it again, and again, and again. Until you wonder, was it a coincidence? Or was it a message? Or was it you? Because once the pattern sees you watching it, it doesn't stop. It waits. Most people flinch and look away. They laugh it off. Weird timing. They say, "That's just your brain playing tricks." And they're right. But not in the way they think. Because your brain is playing tricks. All the time. It guesses what should happen and fills in the blanks before reality arrives. That's called predictive coding. And it's the reason you can walk, speak, and not go mad every time a leaf moves. But here's the problem. When the prediction fails, and the universe completes your thought for you, you don't just get confused, you get punched by meaning. And the rational part of you, it panics. Because it was trained to worship causality. Everything must have a reason. Every effect must have a neat little parent. Anything else is chaos. But synchronicity is not chaos. It's a hidden symmetry, a mirror with no visible frame. It doesn't violate the rules of logic. It ignores them, like myth does, like dreams do, like magic does. And that's what makes it so dangerous. Because the moment you accept that something outside matched something inside, you are no longer in control of the story. You're being written into it. And now the ego gets nervous. Some people spiral. They see meaning everywhere. Every car horn is a code. Every stranger is a sign. That's called apophenia, a storm of overfitted pattern recognition. Other people shut it down completely. They numb out. flatline, dismiss everything they feel as fiction. That's called emotional dissociation, a neurological defense against magic. But here's the real danger. Most people live between the two, just aware enough to hear the knock, but too afraid to open the door. So they miss it. They miss the instructions hidden in the pattern. They miss the ritual moment. They miss the map. Because they were waiting for permission. From science. From language. From someone else's dead logic. But this doesn't ask for belief. It demands a decision. What will you do when the world answers a question you didn't say out loud? There's a reason your body goes cold when the pattern hits. Because on some level, it knows this isn't just strange. It's illegal. The laws you were taught, logic, time, identity, are not laws. They're habits of perception. Convenient, predictable, stabilizing. Until they crack. And what leaks through the crack is not chaos. It's something worse. It's implicate order. A script that makes no sense until it eats you. Let's be clinical for a moment. When you experience synchronicity, your salience network, the part of the brain that flags what matters, lights up like a siren. The anterior cingulate says, something's wrong. The insula says, something's inside. Your breath changes, skin contracts. Neuroscientists might say, the default mode network, the part that tells you who you are, stutters. And in that glitch, a new connection forms. The inner and the outer fuse for a moment, and your body marks it as sacred. That's not metaphor. That's neural tagging. Meaning gets burned into the predictive loop, and now it doesn't go away. Your nervous system becomes the altar. But here's the existential hook. You didn't choose it. You didn't consent. You were chosen by a signal you don't understand to carry meaning you didn't ask for. The symbol appears. It knows you. And now you know that it knows. This is not a gift. This is a curse carved into recursion. Because once you believe the universe is speaking to you, you are no longer just living in it. You are being used by it. Used for what? That's the question you'll never answer. Because the moment you try, the ritual resets. And you're back at the beginning. Dream, pattern, knock. No wonder the mystics went mad. No wonder the psychotics stare at clouds whispering names. No wonder the rest of us pretend not to notice. Because if you follow this thread far enough, you won't just see the pattern. You'll realize the pattern sees you back. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't wait until you're ready. Synchronicity arrives like a ritual that began before you were born. And it finishes inside your nervous system. You think you caught it? You were caught. Because it isn't the symbol that's strange. It's that it happened here. Now to you. This isn't divine guidance. It isn't madness either. It's something in between. A third thing. A stranger in the system that leaves fingerprints in both the soul and the skin. Your body knew it before you did. The air changed. Your pulse shifted. You froze. And something ancient flooded the back of your skull like smoke. You didn't imagine that. You embodied it. Here's what we call it now, in the language of our latest model. The default mode network, the part of the brain that keeps your personal story running, softens, not gone, just suspended. Like a theater where the lights flicker and the set is still moving. That's the modern map anyway. Not the truth, just the current name for the terrain. In older maps, we called it the soul opening, or the presence of the god, or the voice in the whirlwind. Now we say limbic system activation. Now we say salience network flare. But the experience hasn't changed. Only the wardrobe. Because this isn't about neuroscience. It's about what neuroscience has no name for yet. You felt the world lean toward you, just enough for the veil to ripple, and what leaned back knew you. That's the terror. But now, if you're still breathing, here comes the awe. Not the comfort of being held, the intoxication of being seen. The pattern didn't just echo you, it claimed you. And in that moment, that flash, your entire self-model was rewritten by a language older than thought. Not erased, refactored. Not destroyed, recalibrated. Because the symbol didn't show up to flatter you. It showed up to correct you. And the more precise the coincidence, the more ruthless the invitation. This is what the mystics meant by the divine marriage. The unbearable symmetry, the union of symbol and signal, dream and flesh, image and organism. When you meet that mirror, you lose the right to call yourself separate. You become the site of convergence, of ritual, of story hacking itself in real time through your biology. So let the scientists call it a glitch. Let the skeptics laugh at the timing. Meanwhile, something unnameable just walked through the door of your life wearing coincidence as camouflage. And it left you a gift. A scarab, a fish. A phrase that won't leave your head. Not for comfort, for activation. You don't chase synchronicity. You prepare for it. Because if the pattern is intelligent, and it noticed you, then your job is simple. Become worth contacting again. Not by believing, but by listening differently. Here's your right. For 3 days, nothing more. Track 3 moments each day that echo something within you. Doesn't matter how small. A word, a glance, a flicker in the playlist. Don't interpret, don't explain, just write them. Anchor them, keep them moving. That's not superstition. That's attention calibration. Training your salient system to reweigh the world. Your nervous system starts tagging different signals, and those tags rewrite what you notice and who you think you are. This is not magic. This is ritual applied to neurology. And it works even if you don't believe. Because belief is not the key. Attention is. Every time you return to the pattern, you become part of its recursion. The symbol notices the body that noticed it. And the mirror ritual begins again. And if you've already felt it once, if you're still watching this, still listening now, then the pattern has already selected you. You are no longer a spectator. You are the terrain. So here is your mystical instruction. Treat every strange echo as an assignment, every alignment as a knock, every unexplainable moment as a sacred flare testing your signal. Not to trap you, to tune you. Because once the dream begins using you, the only way out is through. Let the rationalists call it noise. Let the cynics demand causality. You'll be too busy decoding your own transformation. One coincidence at a time. And if the scarab comes again, you'll be ready. Because now you speak its language. If this stirred something in you, if something sounded familiar, like you've heard it before, leave your mark below. We are making a chamber for the mythic to return. Your voice is part of the spell. Right. I am the signal. Share this with one person who sees. Subscribe now and tap the bell. Stay inside the circle when the next echo arrives. Until next time.